Turns out nobody except an old guy. An old lady. Olivia Pancakes. There is no one here. Okay. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Heathwyn and we are back to play some more of our Short Lifespan Legacy, in which every generation is a different game pack or expansion pack for The Sims 4. We're kind of in between Generation 2 and Generation 3 right now. We finished up a couple episodes ago our Outdoor Retreat generation, and we're really just waiting for the Get to Work generation to be old enough to start doing things with her. And our Get to Work sim is Clementine, and in the last episode, she aged up into a toddler, and as it is short lifespan, stuff moves really quickly. And also in the last episode, Basil was really kind of trying to get used to being a single parent of these two kids and dealing with the fact that Brittany left and he was left raising them kind of on his own. Also in the last episode, Christina kind of re-entered Basil's life, and you may remember that she was who we originally were going to have Basil get together with. They met each other in Granite Falls. They really hit it off, but then he met the Hermit, and the Hermit seemed like the logical choice. However, the Hermit really maybe wasn't the best choice after all. So coming on over into our game, it is actually going to be Clementine who will be our Gen 3 sim. It will be her birthday like anytime. It should be popping up. And then tomorrow, Kala is going to be a teenager. And I'm thinking that as the weekend rolls around, it might be a good idea to send them off camping. We're still kind of on the outdoor retreat generation with Basil, and we're supposed to go camping every week. And so I think that coming into the weekend, it might not be a bad idea to send them off on a little vacation to outdoor retreat. Maybe we can get Kala aged up into a teenager first, send them off on that little vacation, and then see how many bugs we can find. Basil was our sim for the outdoor retreat generation. He finished the outdoor enthusiast aspiration and he maxed his herbalism skill, which were the two major things that he had to do in addition to camping. The other optional thing was to complete the insect collection. And that's not super easy to do. We have 15 out of 21 of the insects. We've been looking every time we go, we look for insects, but they're kind of hard to come by. So if we don't get that done, that's fine. I'm not going to be upset about it. You know, I was just going to have Basil call up Christina, only to discover that she was driving by the house. Oh my goodness. And here is Brittany, who she just kind of walks by and kind of is a little stalkery. And Basil's going to come out though and talk to Christina a little bit. Oh wait, okay, I guess he's just going to give her a hug and she's going to continue on her way. Okay, all right, Sims. I mean, I guess it is getting kind of late. All right, we just got the pop-up that it is Clementine's birthday. I'm gonna go ahead and wake her up, and I would like to get her aged up into a child now. So let's see, do we have a cake? We do not have a cake. All right, Basil, make a cake. Kala's kind of finishing up her last-minute homework. Oh, she still wants to complete her motor skill. I hope we're gonna get that done for her. She's really close. Where are we at? Oh, she just hit level 8 of that. You know what? Why don't we have her go out and she can play on the monkey bars while Basil, although she should also go to sleep. Oh wait, she's not tired. It's almost 11 o'clock and she's, I swear, Sims do not keep normal people hours. They're sim hours. They sleep at weird times. I don't know what to do about it. All right, the cake is ready. So let's get some candles on it. Let's get Clementine up and let's age her up. So Clementine is now a child. She was an inquisitive toddler, and her goals for her generation are going to be to pretty much own a retail store. It's either that or do one of the active careers. I've played all of the active careers, but I've never run a retail store. So I'm leaning towards running a retail store for her and her goals for that gen. The other thing is to be abducted by aliens. So she's going to be using the telescope a lot, or not the telescope, the observatory a lot, trying to get herself abducted by aliens, running a retail store, things like that. So I kind of think that maybe doing either a social butterfly for the sales purposes or the whiz kid for her. I'm leaning towards social butterfly because if I remember correctly, the bonus trait you get if you complete the social butterfly aspiration helps you gain friends and gain charisma, which is going to be really helpful for her with a retail store because she's going to need to like sell things to people. So we're going to choose social butterfly. Now, as for her trait, in the last episode, we went to the library and Clementine kind of swiped the rabbit tablet from the library. So I'm almost wanting to give her the kleptomaniac trait. And one of you suggested in the comments that it might be kind of fun to have her retail store be things that she's stolen. And I kind of like that idea. I think her other traits are definitely going to be ambitious. And I'm thinking maybe genius as the other one to help with that traveling to space. Those are my thoughts on her traits. You can let me know in the comments below if you have any other thoughts, but that's where I'm leaning. And I'm really leaning kleptomaniac with her. So these Sims don't mind borrowing things from others with a simple swipe, but they will get tense if they have not swiped anything in a while. So we're going to give her the kleptomaniac trait because I think it'll be kind of fun to see where we can go with that. And this is going to be Clementine as a child. And she will, of course, need a makeover. And we will need a child bed for her, too, because she can't sleep in a toddler bed anymore. So this is Clementine, who will be our Gen 3 Sim. I really loved the little braids on her, so we left those alone. I think she is so stinking cute. I do see Basil in her quite a bit, but she turned out so cute. I kind of gave her like this innocent schoolgirl sort of look, like nobody would suspect that she's gonna try to steal from you. So this is Clementine's everyday, her formal wear, her athletic, her sleep, her party, her swimwear, her hot weather, and her cold weather wear. And she is all ready to go. And in game tomorrow, Callow will be aging up into a teenager, and then we're going to take a camping trip. And let's get her a bed. Her favorite color is yellow. And I think we can get rid of some of this stuff that's in here and make this, you know, a little bit more accommodating. Like, we don't need the toddler stuff anymore. We updated the girls' room a little bit. Since one likes orange and one likes yellow, we're kind of rolling with that idea for the bedroom. They do share a room. There was only the intention of Basil to have one child, but then, you know, there was the whole surprise piece of Calla not actually being Basil's child. So that happened. We're gonna get everybody off to sleep because it's almost midnight and people have school in the morning. Well, I think, does Clementine go to school in the morning? No, she will not go to school in the morning. She will be home because she aged up too late. However, Calla will be going. It'll be her last day of elementary school, and then I think when she gets home from elementary, we'll get her aged up into a teenager. Clementine isn't going to school because she aged up too late. Maybe we can take her somewhere because she wants to meet 5 new Sims. I don't know what children she's going to meet. They're all supposed to be in school, but it's The Sims and kids are never in school when they're supposed to be. So I think we should take Basil and her and go somewhere and try to meet some kids. We do have a community pool, so let's go there and see who she can potentially meet. Turns out nobody except an old guy. An old lady. Olivia Pancakes. There is no one here. Okay. Well, no, we could have her come and chat in a kid's chat room. There's another elder here. Apparently this is like the elders pool. Even though there's like space for toddlers to do their toddler thing. I guess this is where the older people come to hang out. Basil's swimming. So maybe the pool wasn't the place to go for her to meet people. I mean, it doesn't specify that it has to be kids, but pretty much everyone who's showing up here is an elder, except for Basil. That's it. That's everyone who's showing up. They're elders. Maybe we needed to go to a park instead. Maybe that would have been a better choice for poor Clementine. Let's do that. Let's go to the park instead. We don't have a park in Newcrest, but we can go over to, let's go back to Willow Creek. That's where Basil grew up. And let's just go to the Magnolia Blossom Park and maybe there'll be some kids there. maybe we'll bring Christina, and then he can kind of talk to Christina a little bit, and Clementine can maybe meet some kids. She could also meet Christina. Let's have her meet Christina. Or does she already know Christina? I guess she already knows Christina. She does not know Christina, so let's have her come do a friendly introduction to Christina, and she can meet her. I'm not seeing any kids. I guess maybe they're actually all in school. Usually they're not. Kids wander around all the time. But we're not having any luck. But she can meet Christina, which does count. Oh, maybe she could also come and meet... Oh! Blossom is pregnant! Okay, she can come meet her Aunt Blossom as well. Oh, that's good. Blossom wanted to have a big happy family, and it looks like she is pregnant. So that's good. I'm happy for her. Well, Clementine has met 3 Sims, so that's not bad. We'll have her play some chess just by herself for right now, because I think that could help her. Oh, wait, or maybe with her Uncle Birch. Yeah, meet your Uncle Birch, and then you can play chess with him. I mean, she's not meeting any kids, but she is meeting family, so that's valid. Basil's walking around in a swimsuit. Maybe let's put his clothes back on. So he's coming up and checking in on Christina and just like, how are you? How are you doing? You know, it's been a while since we last hung out, and you know, I really felt like we had a good connection with each other. And she agrees. She also feels like they had a good connection. He's like, you know, I always thought that you were really pretty. And she's like, I really liked you too, and I wasn't sure what happened. Like, what did happen with you? I thought we were hitting things off, and then you just kind of like disappeared a little bit. He's like, well, I met the hermit, and we really hit it off, and I thought that she was it, she was the one, but then we had these kids together, and then she left me with the kids, and she's like, you never got married? He's like, I never got married, she never wanted to, and it didn't go the way that I planned. And she's like, you know, I'm really glad that you've reached out. I've always really liked you, and I've always kind of wondered what might have come between us if we had had the chance to really, you know, explore something a little bit more. And he's like, you know, I wondered too. I really did like you a lot. And I think that, you know, we could have a future together. Like, I know I was really flaky before, but I was wondering if you wanted to give this another chance. She's like, yeah, I really would. I'd like to see where this could go. And so Basil and Christina they're gonna do a little bit of flirting and just kind of see how things happen to progress. And they're wrapping things up here at the park, and she's like, I've really enjoyed this time with you. I really think that there is a real potential of something developing between us. And Basil agrees, and he's giving her a little bit of a first kiss. So they've had a first kiss with each other, and they're gonna see how things go. And Kala is now home from school, and we did want to take them camping, and we do need to get her aged up into a teenager. So let's do all of those things. They have returned home, and it is Kala's birthday. It is time to age her up. So let's have her come and blow out her candles, and Basil is going to have a teenager in the house. Here we go. She's blowing out her candles. It is teenage time. So we need to pick an aspiration for Kala, and since she's not the heir and we don't really have to like think as much about it, we're gonna randomly generate her aspiration as well as what her next trait is gonna be. So we're gonna use a random number generator to generate between 1 and 10, and we got a 10, which is popularity. She's evil. And she's got the popularity aspiration. Okay. So now we need to generate between 1 and 4 to determine which one of those. And we got a 2, which is party animal. This sim wants to throw and attend amazing parties. All right, so Kala is a party animal. She's an evil party animal at that. So we're gonna randomize 3 times for her teenage trait. 1, 2, 3. She is creative. So she's creatively evil and very outgoing. All right, this is gonna be Kala. And we gotta get her made over. I wonder how she's gonna like going camping. I don't know. So Kala's gorgeous. She turned out absolutely stunning. I know she's got like land grab genetics in her and stuff, but holy cow, she's beautiful. So this is Kala. She is our evil creative party animal, and she is now a teenager. And this is her everyday look, her formal wear, her athletic wear, her sleepwear, party wear, swimwear, hot weather, and cold weather wear. So she is ready to go, and we're gonna go camping. I don't know how she's gonna like camping, but we're gonna go camping. Oh, wait, Clementine finished part of her aspirate. Apparently met somebody. So now she wants to achieve level 5 of the social skill and make a BFF. She's actually really close to Kala. They have been close. But we are going to take a vacation. Now, since he's bringing the girls with him, I think we might stay away from like the campground, even though that's like Basil's preference, and maybe stay in a cabin somewhere where they can have like actual beds. Maybe we'll try the forest hideaway. This has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I think there's 2 beds in the 1 bedroom. If not, we'll add another bed if we need to. But we're gonna do this for them, and we're gonna go for 2 days. I think he's thinking that with Kala being a teenager, like she really liked sleeping in the tent as a child, but now she's a teenager, she's a little bit older. He doesn't want her to have to sleep in a tent, so he's trying to make the best of the situation. Okay, yeah, there are 2 beds upstairs, so each of the girls can sleep in one of these beds. Not sure exactly what the girls are going to do, but they're here. Should actually look around and see if we can collect any. We've got these insects. Because Basil still has quite a few insects to collect, so we're gonna send him insect collecting, I think. And then maybe they can go over to the park. You know, what if the girls come and play horseshoes together? So the girls are playing some horseshoes while Basil is wandering around catching some bugs. Oh, it looks like Kala could use some work. She's maybe not the best at horseshoes. Clementine is kind of like watching. Now it's Clementine's turn. I feel like neither one of them are particularly dressed for camping. Oh, Clementine didn't really do any better there. They're camping. They're out and about. Brittany calls up Basil and says, I think Lloyd Irving and I were just not meant to be. And he's kind of very passively like, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. He doesn't care. He can't believe that she would call him and be like, hey, I'm interested in someone else. But Clementine is now sad because she did not win at horseshoes. And it looks like their needs are needing met. So let's get everybody kind of settled in for the night. It is getting a little bit late. Maybe Basil can come and grill something for them. Maybe we can let's grill some hamburgers for the girls because everybody is getting a little bit hungry. And then we can get everybody off to sleep. And then I think in the morning we'll head over to the national park, and Basil can keep looking for insects and the girls can kind of explore around there a little bit. It's Saturday morning. Basil is getting ready to go. They're gonna head over to the national park and check things out there. They're not going to go try to visit the hermit's home though. For Basil, I think it would be just too difficult for him, considering that that's where he met Brittany. And even though it would, connect the girls a little bit to their mom, I think it would be too hard for Basil because when he was in the hermit's home, he really felt like hopeful and like this was a sign of like good things to come in the future. And then that didn't really end up happening. So I think, especially with Basil being a gloomy sim as it is, I think that it would just be too hard for him to go there and like relive those experiences and then be doing it in front of his girls. I think it just would be too much for him. We've come over to the national park. You know what? I'm wondering. There's the building in here, and in the building, they have all these bugs. I wonder if Clementine can steal one. No, she can't. I thought maybe she could potentially steal it. Maybe she needs a higher mischief skill and then she could steal it. She doesn't have much of a mischief skill right now. But that could, help us get the bugs that we need. We could just steal them from here. She can attempt to swipe this lamp. What if we do that? We come to the national park and Clementine is gonna try to steal stuff. And she's gonna try to steal stuff in front of her family. I don't know if that's gonna be better or worse for her, but let's see what happens. Oh, she was not successful, and now she's embarrassed from being caught. Okay, so she can't steal it in front of anybody. Like, nobody can be there at all. So that was not great. Sorry, Clementine. She could practice her mischief skill, though, with Hella. And maybe then that gets it high enough for her to try to, like, swipe one of these other things. Because we don't have a walking stick. And I don't think we have fire ants, either. I don't know, what else do we have? We've got stink bugs. We've got a mantis. And we found rainbow fireflies. I think we've got a Luna moth. Ooh, chaos rules. Clementine seems to thrive on the shock and rage of others. Is it time to admit that she likes mischief? Yes. She does like mischief. She's a kleptomaniac. What's up here? Oh, what's up here? Interesting. Okay. Maybe there might be more bugs up there. There weren't. So we can't get all of the bugs, because I don't think all of the bugs are out. But we could get some of the bugs from here. I think we'll, you know, look around, see if we can find any, but maybe everybody can go hiking. I wish they'd go hiking together. They're all, like, going for a hike, but, like, separately. They're not even together, which is unfortunate. I mean, everybody looks to be pretty happy. Clementine is sparked by clouds because she did some cloud gazing. She's feeling happy from crisp air, and she trusts the universe. She's still embarrassed because she got caught trying to steal things, and she's got some focus because of her hiking. Kalla's a little ways ahead of her. She also is feeling inspired from looking at the clouds. She's feeling great because her needs are high and the crisp air, but she's feeling a little peeved because of Clementine's, like, picking at her, and invigorated by nature. So they aren't, like, the outdoor lovers that Basil is, but they do appreciate the outdoors, and they are appreciating the camping trip, even if, you know, Kalla is trying to text her friends from the woods. I don't know what kind of signal she's got. Probably not a great one, but she's trying. So Kalla's hiking has led her to the entrance to the deep woods. And just because Basil wouldn't go there doesn't mean that Kalla wouldn't explore it a little bit too. She's, you know, she's a teenager, she's a little curious, so she's like, what is this? So Kalla has found herself in the deep woods now, where her mother originated. And here is the current hermit, Leslie Vick. So I think we're gonna come and do a little introduction to this hermit. I think Kalla is maybe a little bit curious as to what is going on. So she's coming up and approaching this woman, and she's like, hi, I just happened to kind of crawl through the brambles. And she's very friendly about it, but Leslie is like, oh, I know who you are. This is your destiny. You are the descendant of Brittany. And this was her domain before she left, and we were forced to take over. And she started to walk away, and Kalla's like, wait, what? This is not my destiny. I don't care what my mother was. This is not for me. This is not the life that I want. It's like, well, child, this is your destiny. This is to be your home. It will be your job one day to take up your place here as the hermit of Granite Falls. And Kalla's very much like, no, it's not. This is not it. You are crazy and you've out of your mind. I have no interest in living here. I'm just a teenager. I have my whole life ahead of me. How can you think that this is where I'm gonna live and spend my life? I don't care if this is what my mother did. I don't care if she left. It's not for me. And Leslie is like, you will see one day. And Kalla's just like, no! Kalla is a little bit shaken by the whole thing. She's just like, this is not for me. I don't care what this lady says. It's beautiful here and all, and it's a nice place to visit, but I don't want to live here. It's starting to get dark, so they have come back to the cabin. And she's gonna approach Basil and be like, I ran into this lady and she said that I have to live at this cabin because that's what my mom did and that's not what I want. And it's, I want to live my life. I don't want to be my mother. She's not even here. She left us and it's not what I want. And Basil's like, it's okay. That's not what you have to do. Don't worry. It's all right. She's like, good, because I don't want to. Clementine has a festering grudge about Calla. I don't know what happened, but Clementine has a deep-seated grudge against Calla. It's hard to forget or forgive the past, which may make being around Calla seem very unpleasant for Clementine. But Calla is adoring of Clementine. Oh, maybe it's because Calla beat her at horseshoes and Calla is evil, so maybe she kind of like rubbed it in a little bit, and that did not sit well with Clementine. Vacation is almost coming to an end. Calla is doing a little bit of fishing by herself. She's kind of thinking about the whole like confrontation with the new hermit, and she knows that Basil like reassured her of that, but it is set kind of funny with her. And I don't know if it's, you know, a matter of, you know, she's recognizing that her mom is gone, and she did know her mother. Like she left when her mom left when she was a child. So maybe she is really thinking about and considering like trying to develop a little bit more of a relationship with her mom. I think she'll want to talk to Basil a little bit more about it and see how he feels, because he is her parent, even though he's not biologically her parent. He's raised her. He was far more attentive to her than Brittany ever was. So I think she's going to want to talk to him about it first. But, you know, maybe Calla is going to look to developing some sort of relationship with her mom. Now, whether Clementine is going to want the same thing, since Clementine really didn't know her mother at all, it's hard to say at this point. But I think that with our vacation coming to an end and wrapping up, we're going to also wrap up this episode here. We don't have a whole lot longer before Clementine ages up into a teenager, and at that point we will install Get to Work, and we'll start to kind of shift our focus a little bit in that direction, kind of getting her ready to run her retail store. I think getting her mischief skill up a little bit so she can steal things. That sounds terrible, but that's what we're gonna roll with for Clementine, I think. But we're gonna end things there. Let me know again your thoughts on Clementine. If you have any good ideas for traits for her, she's a kleptomaniac right now. I'm thinking ambitious and genius to kind of hit off those, wanting to be a business owner, and then the getting abducted by aliens thing. I think that being the genius might help with that. But if you have any like good thoughts, I know some of you mentioned outgoing. That's not a bad one either. So let me know in the comments below, and then we'll just kind of see what the general consensus is, and we'll go from there. But thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!